There is no special need for an introduction to Tipu Sultan. Among those who fought against the East India Company, he was one of the most significant, and some of the greatest defeats in the company's history were inflicted by Tipu's army. From the time he ascended the throne after Hyder Ali until his death, Tipu regarded the British as his enemy and continuously fought against them. His 20-year reign was filled with warfare. On May 4, 1799, at his fortress of Srirangapatna, Tipu fought the British army until his last breath and died in battle, bringing an end to the long-standing war between Mysore and the East India Company. Through this video, we attempt to speak about Tipu's final day. Let us try to understand his last moments through Tipu himself. Before moving to that eventful final day, a few things about Srirangapatna must be noted. Srirangapatna, Tipu's administrative capital, is an island naturally formed by the river Kaveri. In addition, the deep moats built around the fort by Hyder Ali and Tippu, filled with water and even poisonous snakes, made breaching the fort no easy task. Naturally, during the monsoon season, reaching the fort was nearly impossible. That is why the British Army laid siege to it in May. The siege, which began in April, continued until his death on May 4th. The Srirangapatna fort was constructed with 3 strong layers of fortification walls, making entry from outside extremely difficult. Many may have heard about the internal betrayal of Mir Sadiq and others, but that can be discussed in another video. Let us return to Tipu's final day. When the British siege began, Tippu kept shifting his positions within the fort and carefully observed the enemy's movements. The British were making attempts to breach the fort, while the Mysore army was trying to resist them. The British force consisted not only of British troops, but also the armies of the Nizam of Hyderabad and the Marathas. Altogether, the British-led force numbered close to 50,000, while Tipu's army had around 30,000 men. After the Third Anglo-Mysore War, Tipu's once larger army had already been reduced in strength. Now to that day, May 4, 1799, at 9 a.m. Brahmin astrologers were waiting in front of Tipu's residence and informed him that the day was inauspicious. They advised him to remain with his army and perform remedial rituals due to unfavorable omens. After hearing this, beyond ordering the suggested remedies, Tippu mounted his horse and set out to inspect the condition of the fort. He examined breaches in the defenses and instructed that corrective measures be taken before returning. Meanwhile, 2 spies arrived to inform him that the enemy was preparing to attack and that it could happen either during the day or at night. Tippu assumed that a daytime attack was unlikely, a judgment that later proved to be wrong. One of Tippu's trusted commanders, Syed Ghaffar, expressed suspicion about the enemy's movements. He reported that many soldiers had positioned themselves in the trenches and moats and warned that this was dangerous, urging that the entire army be put on alert. However, Tippu maintained that a daytime attack was unlikely, and even if it occurred, asked Syed Ghaffar to take necessary action to repel it. Underestimating this risk turned out to be a grave mistake, as Tippu did not anticipate internal assistance being given to the British. Syed Ghaffar was commanding the section where breaches had appeared in the outer walls. Tippu then returned to his quarters and began his midday meal. At that moment, news arrived that Syed Ghaffar had been killed. Immediately, Tippu stopped eating, washed his hands, informed the messenger that he was leaving at once, and ordered his weapons to be brought.